What is going on, y'all? Robert Sykes, KetoSavage.com, coming at you with another AMA Ask Me Anything episode. This one's brought to us by Eric, and he's got a question about the lion diets and foods that you would incorporate therein. But before we dive into that, let's roll the intro. All right, so Eric asks, what are the benefits of the lion or beef-only diet? And if you could add only one food to the lion diet, what would it be? All right, so a lion diet is basically, or beef-only diet, is basically an incredibly strict version of a carnivore diet. Carnivore diet being defined as eating, there's so many different definitions now, it's kind of crazy. Most people would consider a carnivore diet eating only animal-based, meat sources. A lion diet or beef only is basically taking it one step further and saying you're only going to consume beef and typically salt. So the only thing you ever put in your mouth is beef, salt, and water, obviously. That would be a very strict version of the carnivore diet. And depending on what cuts of meat you're doing, you're hopefully getting in ample dietary fat. So that is another subset of a ketogenic diet, basically. The benefits to going that extreme is that is an incredible example of a elimination diet. If you've got autoimmune issues, GI distress, any type of ailment or disruptive, biological thing happening right now, and you just basically need to figure out what's causing that disruption, strip everything down to its core, foundation, and then build up from there. That is how you would do so. A lot of people have improved a whole host of health concerns via an incredibly strict elimination diet, such as carnivore or lion diet in this case. Two very popular examples are Michaela and Jordan Peterson. They had several health concerns. They went on a lion diet and were able to reverse those health implications. When you take away all of the noise from the equation and you distill your nutrition down to its simplest core of fats and proteins, carbs are not necessary, and you're getting that exclusively through beef, which is a ruminant animal that upcycles nutrition and provides pretty much all the micronutrient needs your body, has to have. You can do so without any risk to your health, and you're checking all the boxes. You should be getting ample micronutrients, ample macronutrients, and feel relatively well because there's no noise coming into that equation. No processed junk food, no excessive sugars. If you are intolerant to certain grains, phytochemicals, things of that nature, obviously all of that is removed from the equation. So a lot of people will go that route, go that extreme if they have an ailment, distill things down to its core, and then start to add food back in slowly to see how their body responds to it. So that would be the benefit of going that extreme. If you do not have any ailments, I don't necessarily think, I know that's not necessary. You don't have to go that extreme. If you have zero ailments, there's no inherent benefit to the lion diet versus a well-formulated ketogenic diet that allows for a lot more food variety. And what's more is a lot of people that are following a very strict carnivore diet, obviously if they need to go that route, by all means do so. But if they don't, they're oftentimes limiting their ability to incorporate other nutrients from other food sources that their body would benefit from. Case in point, a quality fatty fish. You'd be getting quality fish oils from those fish that you would not be getting if you're doing a strict lion diet, for instance. If you have a sensitivity to that, obviously it makes sense to remove it, but if not, why not allow yourself to have that and consume it and benefit from it? So for me, I follow a very much so predominantly animal-based diet, but I don't consider it to be carnivore because I'll still have foods that are not carnivore in nature, such as the keto brick. I eat the keto brick because it's a really high-quality source of stearic acid. Whether you're getting the tallow-based or the cacao butter-based fat source, that's a great source of stearic acid. Those would be two options. You could obviously get tallow with a lion diet, but you wouldn't get the benefits of the cacao butter on a lion diet. So if it was, his question, what would I incorporate first? I'd probably do the lion diet plus bricks so that I can get a quality fat source. Obviously, I'm biased because I make keto bricks and I love them, but you can swap that out for whatever the case may be for you. People that are going very, very strict carnivore oftentimes take in, plenty of protein, which is great, but not enough dietary fat. So if you are doing a very strict version of carnivore and you're eating predominantly leaner cuts of meat, you may be at a disadvantage from an energy standpoint. If you are obviously taking a fat adapted approach and you're not consuming ample dietary fat, your energy is going to be hindered. So a drawback to a very strict carnivore diet that is predominantly leaner meats would be lack of energy. So having a more mixed diet that allows for things like quality oils, quality fats, and just some variety there may make the diet better from an energy standpoint, providing additional nutrients as well, and then just simply making it more sustainable long term. A lot of people do not have the ability to stick to a very strict lion diet for a lifetime. Some people do. To them, more power to them. But it really needs to be sustainable for the long haul. So if you are somebody that needs a little bit more variety, starting with an elimination diet like that and then just adding foods back in slowly, one at a time, to see how your body responds, and if it does well with it, then to continue to incorporate that would be my plan of action. So appreciate the question, Eric. You wanted some milk and cookies keto bricks, so I've got some of those headed your way. For anybody that doesn't know how these AMA videos work, if you submit me a well-thought-out question via the link in the description below and I use your question, then I will send you some free keto bricks with the flavor of your choosing. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time.